So yesterday we talked about the Super Falcons of Nigeria having 2 friendly matches to play this month. Both games will be played against the Phoenix of Algeria. Both will be hosted at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Onikon, Lagos. The first game this Saturday, the 26th of October, while the second game will be played on Tuesday, the 29th of October. And yesterday we also talked about some players that were reportedly invited for the matchups. So we talked about 5 players: Chiamaka Nnadozie of Paris FC, of course, goalkeeper; forward Rasheedat Ajibade of Atletico Madrid; midfielder Deborah Biodun of Pittsburgh University; forward Gift Monday of UDG Tenerife; and Esther Onyenezide, midfielder for Hapoel Katamon in Israel. Now, that being said, also in that video, I talked about the fact that once I posted the video, voila, the real list is just gonna pop up. And at midnight yesterday, do you call it yesterday or this morning, midnight, the Super Falcons list was released on the Super Falcons Twitter page, and here it is right here. So the players that we talked about are on this team. None of them are not on this team, so we can at least be happy about that. But you also had a couple other foreign-based players who made the list. Now, before we go any further, please make sure to like this video, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Thank you very much. So before I even talk about the list, I must say that I'm very disappointed. I'm absolutely gutted because of this list. Not that I feel like any of these players are poor players, but I said it yesterday in the video. Edo Queens have the CAF Women's Champions League coming up. It starts November 9th. And this was a perfect opportunity to get that team ready. And all we really needed to do was invite the best players. Invite the best players, the players that we know are going to be making an impact in the competition. Invite them, let them train with the other foreign pros, and let them just, learn 1 or 2 things that they can take back to their team. But what I'm seeing here is that you just invited people that you like. I'm sorry to say it like that, but when you look at the midfield, none of the stars from the competition are in this list. And you start to ask yourself, what is really going on here? What is the plan? Like, even if you put the tournament away and you're saying you're inviting local based players and you're not going to invite those players, those are the best midfielders we have in this country. I don't want to hear any kind of nonsense. We saw it. We saw what those players did. Beautiful football. Some of the best that we've seen in a while. Those 3 players, you had Sulia Abedin, you had Vera Samuel, you also had Esther Inyang. You can add even Kafaya Mafishere, who came off the bench for 1 or 2 games. These are top players. And for them not to make the team, the national team, after winning the league, after representing their country at the Waffle competition, winning it with style, what else do you have to do? I mean, if I was one of these players and I had a passport to another country, I'll go play for them. Because what are you doing? What is really going on here? Somebody doing that much. I mean, forget the CAF Champions League that they're getting ready for. Just throw that away. If you're saying you're inviting players that are based in Nigeria and you're not inviting these 3 players, you're lying. You're not inviting the best players. So, I mean, I can't really stamp this list. I normally try to make sense of lists, but when you tell me you're not putting the Edo Queens midfield in there, what players from Edo Queens are you going to put in there? Yes, Miracle Usani, you could put her on the level of the midfielders, how they perform, but come on now, even MMSN, the top scorer in that competition, you don't put her, and you bring players that were the under 20 that didn't perform and put them in this list. What is really going on here? What is really going on here? I don't understand it. But let's take a look at the list. Let's look at the list. I mean, it is what it is. First, you got Chiamaka Nnadozie, Paris FC #1. We already talked about her. I mean, you know what it is with Chiamaka Nnadozie. For me, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Just kept a clean sheet against Lyon, by the way, so shout out to her. I already knew it. You check out any video I've done. Chiamaka Nnadozie, #1 for me, in my heart, in my brain. Chiamaka Nnadozie, the best goalkeeper for Nigeria, and very easy selection right there. But maybe she doesn't have to play both games. Maybe one of these other goalkeepers can play one of the games, because we don't need to be stressing her like that. Then you have Monle Oyono, the Edo Queens goalkeeper at the Wafu competition. I think she conceded like 1 or 2 goals. Is it 1 goal in the whole competition? The penalty, the fake penalty that was given against them, I think that was the only goal that she conceded. A pretty good competition she had. Then you have Rachel Unachukwu of Nasarawa Amazons. So on their side, Nasarawa just won the Betsy Obasoki Cup. So that's probably why you see a couple of their players in the list. And she's a penalty saver, Rachel Unachukwu. I've seen enough on her Facebook page to know that she's pretty good with saving penalties. And there's also the fact that she has been part of the youth setup. I think she was part of the under 20 set this time. I don't think she played in any matches, but she was called up, as you see right here, with the head coach, Christopher Danjuma. Then we move on to the defenders. Chidinma Okeke of Club America, one of the foreign-based players. Club America in Mexico just moved there this off-season. She plays as a left back for the Super Falcons, can also play as a central defender. Actually, Chidinma Okeke used to be a striker at the under 20 level. Is it under 20 or under 17? Then she was switched to a defender in that competition, and from there, the rest has been history. Then you go to Oluwatosin Demehin, Galatasaray, central defender. The only Super Falcons player that's still in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Just had a big loss with Galatasaray. Definitely a starting central defender for the Super Falcons, so good to have on the list. Then you got Miracle Usani, Edo Queens, fullback, plays as a right back for Edo Queens, was in top form during the Wafu B Women's Champions League qualifiers, and expecting her to bring that down to the Super Falcons. So definitely a quality player. Really should have been illegal, the fact that she didn't go to the under 20 Women's World Cup. I don't know what Christopher Danjuma was doing. I can't defend that type of nonsense. There's no explanation for it, really. They're not going to force her to go to Edo Queens over the under 20. If you had selected her, there's a big chance that Edo Queens would have been like, go ahead, go play at the under 20 World Cup. But she was not selected. Ridiculous. Then you got Florence Alexander, Bayelsa Queens. I don't know too much about that. Blessing Ilivieda, Edo Queens, fullback at the Wafu B under 20 competition, not under 20. Wafu B Women's Champions League qualifiers. She had that screamer. Was it the first game? She had a couple of beautiful goals in that competition. Blessing Ilivieda plays as a left back. Really has a powerful left foot. Blessing Ilivieda, definitely looking forward to seeing her on the team. Then you got Shikiratu Isa of Nasarawa Amazons. Like I said, Nasarawa Amazons winning the Betsy Obasogi Cup. So that's probably why you see a number of their players in there. Comfort for Folorunsho, Edo Queens. I don't know how much she's going to be playing at the Women's Champions League competition, but she was at the Under 20 World Cup with Nigeria. Started in every single match of that competition for the Falconess of Nigeria. So she's in the team. She actually has a Super Falcon cap under the same coach, Justin Madugu. Called her up and gave her a first cap. I believe that was against Ethiopia at home. She got that cap. Had a pretty good performance. The highlights are on this channel. Then you got Tessie Ojiyovi of Nasarawa Amazon. And you got Chidinma Ogbuchi of FC Robo Queens. Then we move to the midfield. You got Rasheedat Ajibade of Atletico Madrid. Esther Onyenezide of Hapoel Katamon. We already talked about those two. Shukurat Oladipo of FC Robo. She's in the midfield side in this list. Under 20 Women's World Cup, she was a central defender for the team. Played in all the matches, just like Comfort Folorunsho. They were both paired in that competition. Then you got Chiama Olise, my bad, Edo Queens midfielder, was also part of the Under 20 World Cup. Really, I wouldn't say she performed so good in that competition. Her passing leaves a lot to be desired. They were not good in possession in that competition. Let's keep it real. You got also Josephine Matthias, Nasarawa Amazons, Amarachi Odoma, Edo Queens. Didn't really see Amarachi Odoma in the Wafu competition. Another selection that we're like, what's really going on? We know who plays for Edo Queens, don't we? So I don't understand it. Even though these players are not poor players, but when you know that these are not the star players on even their own team. It leaves a lot to be desired. Gift Monday, we talked about her also in the previous video. UDG Tenerife. Goodness Osigwe and Edo Queens was part of the under-20 Women's World Cup. Had the assist in the match against Japan. Also had an assist in the match against South Korea. The first match we played, first and final matches we played, she had assists. Good player. I really felt like she didn't get to show her real stuff at the competition. Not that much playing time, was coming off the bench. I feel like if she was a starter, we could have seen way more from Goodness Osigwe, really quality player. One of the Edo Queens players that I'm sure will be fit back into that team. She'll be fit back in when it comes to that Champions League. I don't think that she's going to be on the bench for that competition. She wears number 10 for the team. That should let you know a little something. Then you got Janet Akekuromowi. They say Nasarawa Amazons was part of the under-20 Women's World Cup, actually from the Sisat Oshwala Academy. So it's crazy right here. She moved from the Sisat Oshwala Academy to Nasarawa Amazons, and now she gets a call up to the Super Falcons. So real quick, things have been going from the academy. She gets to the under-20. Now she's in the senior team in like a year or two. So real quick, she's a big striker, can hold up the ball. I feel like she needs to know when to clash into players, know when to use your strength and when to kind of play it off. There's a lot that she has to learn, but I feel like she's a quality player, a player that in the future we're definitely going to be seeing more and more of. Then you got Delight Nwosu of Bayelsa Queens, Folashade Jamilusi of Edo Queens, at least a player that was at that competition that did their thing, get some kind of love on this list. Folashade Jamilusi, you know her from the colored hair in the competition, one of the players with the colored hair. I think the goalkeeper also had colored hair, but she was real good. Real issues that she gives the opponents, running at you, can create, can finish. She's a top player. Definitely good to see her in the team. Would have liked, like I said, her midfielders, even her central defenders also to be in this team. They should have really just put as many Edo Queens players as they could and cut the crap with these other players. Like, come on now. You win the league, you win the Wafu tournament as the second Nigerian team to do so. Bayelsa Queens, the other one. And what do you get? No respect at all. No respect at all. That's what I feel from Justin Madugu when he comes out with this list right here. You're telling me out of 25 players, only 7 from Edo Queens? You got to tell me again in a different language or something, because I don't understand that right there. But you got Mercy Omokwo of Bayelsa Queens, was once the top scorer in the NWFL, won the league title with Delta Queens, then moved to Bayelsa Queens. And then you got Olamide Bolaji of Remo Stars Ladies. That's the final player on the list right there. For me, yes, we got some quality players on the list, but that midfield really annoys me. I'm not really even speaking how I want to speak. If I was talking, I'm really hot about this situation right here. Like, what's going on? Like, once I saw this last night. That's probably why I'm not feeling too good right now, because I was hot. I couldn't sleep once I saw. I'm like, what are you talking about? The Edo Queens midfielders. Now, if they're injured or something like that, or they're planning to move abroad, my bad, coach. My bad. I apologize. If anything like that is up, if there's a good explanation, my bad. But if you're just telling me they gave you a sheet of paper, told you to write 25 players, and a number of them had to come from the Nigerian league, and you didn't put the Edo Queens players in this list, the midfielders, the 2 central defenders that did such a great job, I don't even think you're good enough to coach the Super Falcons. I hate to say it, because I like Justin Madugu, but this list right here, come on now. What are we talking about here? Just ridiculous. Simply ridiculous. I mean, it kind of even takes the glitter off the other players that were selected, because we know there's a big glaring hole in this list right here. Like I said, if there's an explanation, my bad, coach. You're right. I'm wrong. But if you're just telling me these are the best players you selected, I mean, we need to get the coach some glasses or something. We need to do something for the coach if this is the best players that he's selecting from the Nigerian league. After watching that Waffle competition, there's no way on earth that you would not select those 3 players, even the central defenders. I don't understand it. MMSN, the top scorer in the competition, you don't invite her. Even if you're saying, look, she's not going to play much. But invite the young lady after doing such a great job representing her country, her club, all that real well. And this is what you do. So I'm not impressed with that. I'm just not. That is what it is. But let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comment section. Super Falcons list is out. You see it right here. Let me know your thoughts on it. And let me know your thoughts on the Edo Queens players not being there. Put it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Peace.